What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the certifiably suave Dr. Disaster, and I have got some breaking news here. You're never gonna believe this. I need you to brace yourself. It has just come to my attention, folks, that sex sells. While Microsoft is busy warning developers against having curvy female characters, Stellar Blade looks like it is going to be an absolute smash hit. In fact, it is being reported that the demo of this thing is outperforming the demo of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I can't tell, in response to this news, which I feel more: sadness at seeing Final Fantasy VII underperform because I am a longtime FF7 fan, or glee at seeing Stellar Blade kicking ass. I guess I'm gonna choose the glass half full mentality here.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Alright, me hearties, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, where I am now keeping a list of woke/DEI infested games pinned to my account at all times. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's look at this article here from Game Rant, which is extremely encouraging for those of us who want to send a message to these game developers. We are sick and tired of female protagonists who look like this. They never do it with male characters, they always look normal. That is how we know that this is the result of feminist infestation in the industry, because they have no problem with nice-looking men, but they get hyper jealous when there's a good-looking woman on screen. But anyhow, here's the news. Stellar Blade demo seems to be outdoing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You know, maybe if Square Enix hadn't messed around with Sweet Baby like they did, or injected this time travel BS into the FF7 remake, then Final Fantasy wouldn't be in this position where they, as an established franchise, hell, you could argue it's just about the biggest franchise around, but this well-established franchise is getting beat by a newcomer, which is very sad.
Yes, very sad. Anyway.
The highly anticipated PlayStation 5 exclusive Stellar Blade is already beating the recently released RPG Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in terms of one major metric: daily active players for its demo. A new, unproven IP like Stellar Blade gaining higher player counts than a mainline game from an established franchise like Final Fantasy bodes well for the commercial success of the new sci-fi game. I mean, these games journalists really don't want to report on this. They do not want to take the L, because their knee-jerk reaction, as you may remember, was to listen to all these screeching harpy feminists out there and hate on Stellar Blade. But this thing is going to be a major hit. We already know that. This news here came a week or so ago, telling us it was the most pre-ordered game on the PlayStation Store. So I think it's funny watching these woke journalist types slowly coming to grips with reality.
It's not true. That's impossible!
Oh, and one new feature that I'm thinking I'm going to start implementing on this channel here: whenever I use the word woke in a video, I'm going to pause real quick and define it, because these wokesters really love to try to use that as a gotcha, saying, oh, you can't even define what it is. You just hide behind the term woke because you're a grifter. They say that to me all the time. Well, just today, YouTuber Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, absolutely nailed the definition, saying, "Woke is a colloquialism which describes viewing the world through the lens of intersectionality, which seeks the redistribution of goods along identity lines to make the world more equal." And as you can see here, the guy who was challenging Carl Benjamin got owned so hard that he deleted his post.
Oh, poor baby.
Anyway, we're going to define woke quite often around here moving forward just to put these bozos in their place. But let's continue with the article. It says, the lead up to Stellar Blade's release has been nothing short of interesting so far. Originally announced in 2019 under the working title Project Eve as a PS4, Xbox One, and PC game, the title resurfaced as a Sony-published PS5 exclusive in 2021. Since then, the game has been a bit of a hot topic across the gaming landscape, in large part because of the character design of its female protagonist. Controversies aside, there has been genuine hype building up for the release of the title, and let me just pause real quick here. You cannot set the controversies aside here on this title. I know that these woke games journalists don't want to admit this, but the controversy is driving the sales for this thing. This is our opportunity as gamers to show game developers and these games journalists what we as a community want to see in our games. But carrying on, the article says, according to statistics gathered by Ampere Analysis, the Stellar Blade demo has reached a peak of around 690,000 daily active users on PS5. For comparison, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo accrued around 380,000 daily players, which is a bit more than half that of the demo for Shift Up's upcoming game. The analysis from Ampere also indicates that Rebirth received a peak player count of 2.21 million players at launch, which was a 251% increase in daily active users compared to the game's demo. Assuming Stellar Blade has a similar boost in player counts at launch, it could potentially receive a peak of 4.01 million daily active users at release, though this prediction is a bit iffy since new IPs are harder to determine the success of. Well, I don't know. I could personally see Stellar Blade absolutely crushing FF7, but it's hard to say for sure. One thing that is not difficult to say, however, is that Stellar Blade has a lot of momentum on its side, especially with Gamergate 2 being such a hot button topic in gaming spaces. The title is basically an avatar for the conflict. Meanwhile, I think that by all rights, Final Fantasy should outsell a game like Stellar Blade, but the problem is that once again, the people in game development just don't understand their customers, or at the very least, they purposely misunderstand their customers. They purposely just give us something different all the time, rather than give us a faithful adaptation of a beloved classic with updated graphics. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, we got the old bait and switch. We get weird time traveling shit. And I don't know, maybe I am in the minority on this one, but I lost a lot of interest in FF7 Remake once I found out it wasn't going to be turn-based combat like in the old one. I love the combat system in classic Final Fantasy. So for me, this is kind of a mixed bag. Stellar Blade is benefiting greatly from the circumstances in gaming right now, while Final Fantasy shot itself in the foot. But I'm gonna leave it there. What do you make of this news? Is Final Fantasy underperforming because of missteps like time travel stuff, or is Stellar Blade just a force to be reckoned with because it is a perfect avatar for the anti-woke crowd? Drop your thoughts down below and we will discuss it there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.